Bondo bodywork and showing off my baby's thigh gaps. What's going on, guys? Matt over here, Lethal Garage, and today we are back at Craig's, and we got the other cars covered. Why? Whoa, there's a new one. I don't know if you guys know Mike, Red Barn Racing. He's been doing some changes to his car. We're not going to show you that, but that's over there. But we got the 71 Classic. It's up on stands right now. Make it a little bit higher up so it's easier to work on. Obviously, we could throw it on a lift, but then the posts kind of get in the way to get to areas. So today we're prepping and we're going to get some Bondo on this bad boy and start filling in some of the areas. So in the last video, I pointed out some of the trouble issues, kind of like the scarring here. You could see we did some pulling. You can see the actual pulls, and we popped out most of the big dents along this back quarter. It looks so much better now. Yes, there's still a lot. We're gonna have to put quite a bit of mud still in there, but it's a lot better. We're just sanding stuff down. The car is already super smooth with what we've done already, but it's getting the areas prepped, getting it scuffed, so that way when we put the mud, it sticks, it's good, and we have no issues. Now, as far as all of the styling and the gaps, you can see Heath has been hard at work. He has the passenger side gap pretty much dialed in. Keep in mind, it will close a little bit more once the paint's on there, but the big thing is just making sure the A-pillar flows, the fender to door flows, all of the body lines line up. We didn't want it to be too off to where we have to start making the lines again. It's just coming along, and it's looking really good. So you can see. Since the last time you saw the car, we did put the original hood. So this is the original hood to this car. It's a little messed up, but we needed to be sure we had the fender lines in place. We're not running this hood. I got an Anvil auto hood that we're going to be using instead, just waiting for that to be finished and ready. But right now Heath is working on the other side. I'm not gonna go over there and show you exactly how he's doing and what he's doing. It's his own trade secrets, and he asked me not to, you know, really get into it or show. So we're gonna call that the magic side that he's having fun with. And yeah, we'll just continue updating this video throughout the day as we get the Bondo on. This will be the first time I've ever slung mud on a car, so I'm looking forward to it, gonna learn. I've been getting a lot of insight from friends and online, well, body guys. Also, working with Big Kid Blocks, I bought their set of blocks. It's the small, medium, and large. I don't remember the exact kit that I got, but got blocks for the car to get all the sanding done. It's been working really well. Got a ton of sandpaper also provided from Big Kid Blocks. So if you guys need anything like that, actually I can show you the whole set. So you can see here I have the whole set of the Big Kid Blocks. This is the really big one, this is the medium-sized one, and I showed you the small one over there. But just really cool tools. I ended up getting the ones with loop on there so I can get the pads to stick instead of the sticky kind. But yeah, let's get to putting some mud on the car. So as far as Bondo, we're going to be using U-Pol's Dolphin 1 fill. This will be what we're primarily putting over time, and then we'll be feather filling the rest of the vehicle as much as we can. I do have my wax paper and my applicators to make it easier, but should be pretty straightforward and easy. But I've never done it, so I'm gonna learn. And I'm working with people who've done it on multiple cars, including the Nova outside, and they're gonna be working on this first gen and all sorts of stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. But again, let's get to it. Hey Heath, you working your magic over there?
Yes, sir.
You wanna tell them what that magic is?
Magic.
So Craig, we're starting on the passenger side now. We've marked out some of the areas. We wiped it all down with some thinner, so we have a nice clean surface. So the mixture, we're using a Dolphin. Actually, I showed you guys earlier what we were using, but 2% mixture on the hardener. And it's really just getting a nice thick coat on there. We want to keep body lines, but we're not chasing body lines yet. Right now it's just filling in the low spots, seeing where the problem areas are, so we can go from there. So it might look like we're putting a lot of Bondo on the car, but keep in mind 80–90% of this is coming off. You can't just coat a small area because you got to have enough surface area to run your sanding block over. Now this back corner is probably one of the worst, so there's a lot of shaping here. So Craig is building it up on here so we can get a first nice coat. Keep in mind, a lot of this area is all hidden by the rear bumper. A little bit of finesse there, Craig, huh?
Looks good though, huh?
Yeah. Okay, we got our first spots of filler put in place. Craig's going to town. You can see we have a couple low spots and high spots. The real big issue spots were in here, if you remember in the last video. We're not trying to get our lines yet, trying to get it perfect, but we're really just getting the first base, see where our highs and lows. You can see we have high spot here, high spots down here, but this was a big problem area as well. What do you think, Craig?
This one, you can definitely see the high spot right there.
I mean, you can see it's low all in here.
Yeah, we'll tap that in right there, and I'll show you how to tap that in to keep a dent in. And
Oh, we good.
It'll come out really well.
Yeah, there was a big crease along this whole ledge, and you can now see it really clearly with this first coat.
But it feels pretty good.
And then Heath over here, like he's covering up. I tried to sneak over here.
Done.
Look at that. Look at that gap. That's looking good. Any remarks on that side?
Beautiful.
You're right.
Beautiful. I'd own it.
There you go, passenger side, Bondo areas. First layer tackled. Now in this video, we're only gonna do one layer. We're not gonna be coming back and doing more layers here. We wanna give ample time for the material to set up, because there's one thing Bondo will do, it's gonna shrink. So I haven't worked with Bondo. My dad's a body guy. Craig has worked with Bondo over the years, and it's really learning the tools of the trade and the tricks and everything with it, but Bondo shrinks. So you may look like you have it, but we'll come back in 3 days and all of a sudden there's a low spot. It happens. So we're gonna play the game. We'll probably, how many times do you think we'll end up putting some filler on the car?
Well, the next one will show a lot better.
Yeah.
But the third time it'll be shaped and usually pretty good by then. And then if we take too much of it off when we start guide coating it, we might put a little bit back once we try to find all the rolls and stuff to it.
Yeah. And then feather fill's also your friend. So we'll be doing a ton of feather fill for the rest of the car, but there's a lot to do. So this is where we're at currently on this build. The biggest thing is the gaps. The doors look really good. The front gaps look really good. The one thing we didn't chase is the gaps on the bottom side. We made the concession that you're just not gonna see it. We like the way it looks. I don't think I want to spend the hours to try to close that gap anymore. I don't see me being that concerned with it. So this side and that side basically match each other, so I'm okay with it. And now that we have the gap lines on both sides, the big thing we're chasing now is the A-pillar and these upper ledges right here. So unfortunately we don't have the final hood yet, but that will be coming at some point, and we'll be there. So the car's doors and fenders are gapped. We've got a first layer of filler on. It's coming along, guys. And then when you're done working on cars, we come down here and go roping.
But first, you gotta put a good this in.
Right? Hey. Okay, we let it set, sanded it down a bit. Got the transitions, but man, those big dents and dings are gone. Obviously a lot of work still to do. First coat of many, but this project's moving right along. But overall, super excited to get the car gapped. Also super excited to start getting the filler on the car. There's a lot of work to do. Keep in mind that's not the final hood, that's not the final wheels. So much to do, but once we get the body work complete, we'll start talking paint, we'll start fitting stuff. It's crazy. Like, I don't want to say we're at the home stretch, but we're in it. We're definitely in it at this point. Looking like a car without dents. But that's all I got for this video. Super excited for where we're at, but thank you for joining me. And if you guys have comments, questions, concerns, post them down below. I'll link some of the products that I got down below as well, if you guys are interested, or maybe you may be looking for stuff that works. This Bondo's really good. The primer we used on the car is really good. So, and we're really liking the sandpaper that we got, and the blocks from Big Kid Blocks, they're working really nice. So it's all working. So we got a lot more of it to do, like a whole car worth about 20 times. But until next time, guys, hope to see you on the road.